So it's August 3rd. Real quick update on BTC. Most importantly, I want to just talk about the order block indicator that Giant just released. Those who don't have access, DM me. You should have. You should be able to get access for the next three days. I'll be adding people on slowly. I'm going on the website, getting their email addresses and adding them on. It's a pretty nifty tool. You have the option of, let's put this back to 10, 10, 10. You have the option of highlighting the remaining order block in the event that your candle does happen to close or tap the order block. So for example, right here, it's green, which is an order block. And then if you actually tap this in, it'll turn white to show that the order block did get filled. If the order block gets taken, which means that if this wick gets taken, which I still think we're going to go down, right? We're still going to do this in my eyes. There's no way these lows are being kept unclean. Anyway, so in the event that this low got taken, this whole order block would have been deleted and erased automatically, which is beautiful. Go to the 12-hour real quickly so you can see how beautiful this looks. So look at the 12-hour. We had an order block here back in July of the 15th. We tapped it. Half the order block got filled. The other half is white. The other half is green. And then we broke to the top side. I really do not think we're going to get above this 12-hour order block just yet. Maybe if the weekend comes and we're still grinding up here, we might have a little bit of a fake push up, right? Because a weekend. So just keep that in mind. And if that does happen, we'll do something along the lines of this and then collapse to the downside. Either way, to me, down is definitely has a better RR. So we also color coordinated the candles. So you have red for an order block, green for red for supply, green for demand. So on a higher time frame, it's beautiful. A lower time frame, you got to actually tweak a little bit the settings. What I mean by that, look, you go to the 30-minute, look how many you have, right? So if you're using this for scalps like I do, what you do is you want to put this to 5 and then 5. This way it's going to limit the congestion at the bottom. And you see, beautiful. So all you're doing is play within a range. When we're the 1 hour, you're only going to have the 1 hour range, right? You're not going to have a million of them popping up. It's beautiful. There's another neat little feature. It's called exhaustion levels toggle. This is how I caught the short the other day or 2 days ago. Once these little levels appear, exhaustion levels, right? And you take it, more often than not, it's a short, right? Or vice versa. So for example, right here, right? We have an exhaustion level. And we never retested this. So now we know that when and if we do happen to come down and do something like this, it's going to offer some kind of reaction. It might be maybe only to like 22.2, but it still offers some kind of reaction. Here too, we created the level, the red line came down, we took it, and then we reversed to the top side. I went our trend reversal, right? So they're nifty, cool little levels of interest. I always use them. They work more than they don't. They're amazing for scalps, I'll tell you that much, 15-minute and whatnot. So look at the daily, right? We had one over here back in 2020. You see this red one? We had one over here. Look, we couldn't even get above it on this side. So we have another one over here. So I know for a fact when we go to 32.9, we're going to get a big rejection, right? That's just the way it works. We had another one over here. Look, it offered support. So if you're using them on a daily time frame, like a higher time frame, use them across the whole board, meaning go back to like 2020, 2019 and see where they are. If you're using them for scalps, just look at the range. They're phenomenal. Other than that, let's get rid of that real quick. Let's go to the weekly. Boom, boom, boom. See? Weekly order block right here. See this? Turn this off so you guys can actually visually see it. Highlight remaining order block. Weekly held us. The weekly demand held us. Now, chances are we're going to the weekly supply, which is currently sitting at roughly about 29.1 to 32.1. Very, very, very nifty indicator. Something along the lines like this, guys. DM me for access. Let's talk about BTC now. Go to the lower time frame. Get rid of the order block real quick. Sorry, guys, I got to modify the settings because for some weird reason it doesn't save. Okay, done. Done. Let's go back to the daily, see where we are right now. All right, guys, we have a nice little gappy below us. at 21.9. I still think we're going to go down regardless. And there's also another gap right above us, the gap at 24.9. So these are the levels that I'm interested in. I'm going to probably long 21.9s or low 22s. And then I'm probably going to end up reshorting $25,000. Right now, this is limbo. I'm in some spot. So yesterday that I opened up, the only reason why I opened it up, guys, was because, come on, this was pretty obvious that look, they forced this down. This was all FUD. Look at this. Right into the daily block. The daily FEG, very obvious. So I just opened up some spot logs. Otherwise, look how beautiful the OB indicator works in the 12-hour. I'm a firm believer this is going to get taken next. This is coming up. So no matter what happens, I'm looking for that move back up to that $48,000 to $52,000. I do not think that BTC is going to breach the main lows anytime soon. I think that we have put in a local low, and that any movement back down is going to be a opportunity to buy and do something like this. Or if we get lucky at a 21.9 holds, then yeah, you want to target a lot higher. Second, guys, let me see how these yeah, still looks good. Yeah. Right? So that's what I'm playing right now. But keep this in mind. This is very important. Your levels, boom. 41 hour and up. By the way, this should get released sometime this week as well, this level indicator, that you'll finally be able to see what I have. So Wednesday open, Wednesday low is sitting at roughly about 22.6. I'm telling you guys, I'm a firm believer this is going to get taken down here. This 22.5 will get taken. I'm looking for a reaction at Monday high right now. If Monday high gets taken, which is sitting at roughly about 23.5, and we do some kind of deviation, then I know for a fact that we're going to probably do something like this, right? This is what I'm working on right now. Have your Monday high, Monday low on your chart, and definitely have your Wednesday range on your chart. Wait until the day closes. So at the daily candle, if Wednesday high gets put in and then we wake above Wednesday high and we close back under, it's a clear short validation for me. Obviously, you have to look for over-unders. Don't do anything blind. Again, I'm going to repeat this. I don't short or long random levels. I don't care if it's a weekly or a monthly level. I need to see my lower time frame over-unders. Otherwise, I do not short or long. Keep that in mind, please. Over-unders are significant when actually trying to get an entry. Like, for example, the 15-minute time frame right now, once it gets to roughly about here, you'll be able to look for an over-under type of situation. So hopefully it does something like this, and then it just dies. What else? That's all I'm looking for BTC, guys. Overall, I'm looking for a lot lower, right? This is just going to be a temporary relief pump. Overall, I am looking for a lot lower, although there is a bullish case here, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Look what happened. So we did happen to basically fake out the breakout, came back down, deviated to the bottom, right? Which I think it tapped the 12-hour demand. Had to tap, 12-hour demand, because I longed this. I just didn't hold it for the full pump. I got out before the FOMC meeting, and now look, we're back on retesting the support, right? So this, technically speaking, if I wasn't looking at oscillators, has a nice little bullish structure to it, right? It makes sense to, right? Let's get rid of all this nonsense. Let's put a little bit of a box here, rectangle. This is kind of like a bullish structure right here. You have your resistance, your fake out, come back down, and then you break above, and then you retest the resistance, which is support right now. And technically speaking, this should take you one notch higher. So you don't be surprised if you do see it go higher, right? So grab this, and let's do it like this and see where this takes us. I personally don't care. Wherever this goes, I'm going to short it. Wherever we go, whatever we do it's a short for me, right? It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to short this all the way back down here. So I'm just waiting for the opportunity to reshort. Otherwise, I'm just sitting in spot low souls that I opened up yesterday. That's all I'm doing right now. Ethereum, though, I'm still holding. That's just the funny part. I'm still holding half of my Ethereum short. I don't know why I didn't close the whole thing, but I had such a good entry that I wanted just to hold it onto it. Order block. And let's go over here. Here. So I had such a good entry. I didn't at 17.59 that I felt like I wanted to hold this. So I just got rid of half of them, and I want to see what happens now. I'm watching the 15-minute time frame, to be quite honest with you. I want to see if we're going to get above this, and if we do get above this, there was I saw it on my mobile. There you go. It was one of those posts. There you go. So yeah, there's another level right here at roughly about 1710. So we'll see what happens when we get there. Let's see that 3, 4 hour. Yeah. I'm looking for a reaction at 1710. See what happens there. Otherwise, guys, the market looks like it's giving a nice little relief. We're probably expanding our Wednesday range as we speak right now, so we can get a decent move, a swift move in the opposite direction. Obviously, things are going to die if we don't do that. Sol got beat up the worst, but the way I see it is, I think Sol is just leading, and this is going to happen soon. Like basically, whatever Sol just did, it's going to happen here too, like this, and then we'll see what happens somewhere around here to fill out this gap over here. I do want to tell you guys one more thing. Close everything, but it's not important right now. Go to the weekly. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we finally got a weekly cross. This is important because I got the alert for it. We finally got a weekly cross, right? Right, and then we confirmed it last week on the 25th, right? Uh, Previous week on the 25th. So this is confirmed bullish right now on the weekly, right? The only problem is that we can't be full macro bull because the trend line's still above us, the blue line. So keep in mind that as soon as we get close to this blue line, it's going to act like a resistance and reject us. And when it rejects us, it's going to be a pretty freaking big dump. It's a weekly time frame. It's not a small time frame. You want to buy, nice move. You want to buy that next dump down. Like you absolutely want to buy that next dump down. The next weekly curl to the downside, when you start seeing the weekly doing something like this, you want to buy that. You want to buy that. You want to start down cost averaging your positions. This is not financial advice, but you want to do that. Any kind of retest that you get from the MSTX on a weekly time frame will offer a massive, massive long opportunity for, if I'm not mistaken, a multi-month hold. Keep that in mind, right? Otherwise, guys, trade safe. I don't think we're going to get above $25,000. I really don't. I'm a firm believer that we're heading down versus heading up. But in the event that I'm wrong, I'll see you guys at 25.5. Cheers, guys.